Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm the Mysterious JG. So, without going into the details, I've had some kind of bad news recently and kind of a rough couple of days. And I kind of need an escape from the real world. So, having had some, I'm not going to go into it, but just kind of some bad stuff going on. And I appreciate anybody watching this is probably like a long-term fan of mine at this point who's wishing me all the best, and I appreciate that. And that's not what it's about. It really is good when things aren't going great in the real world to go into the world of video games and just get away from your problems. So I feel like it's time to dive into the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, where our hero, who we've really come to love and care about, Arthur Morgan, just died of a terminal illness. And in his dying moments, was doing everything he could to try to help the life of John Marston, and to help John Marston really get started with his family. Now we're going to play as John Marston, a man who he finally knows that what he wants to do is do the right thing by his wife and his child and build a family. But because this is a prequel to a game we've already played, we know that he's ultimately doomed, will die a violent, horrible death. His wife will die shortly thereafter, and his child that he wanted to build a better life for will be plunged into the cycle of violence that consumed Arthur and John. So like I said, sometimes life's bad and you just want to go into the world of video games and lighten the mood. Anyway. Yeah. New horses are available to purchase in Blackwater and Tumbleweed. Because that's the thing. We can go to Blackwater and Tumbleweed now. I don't know where Tumbleweed is exactly. But we can go to Blackwater, which wasn't really a thing before. I would imagine the story will take us there soon enough. So I don't see any reason to do anything right now other than go to the next story mission, which is Tom Dickens. Abigail and John are going to arrive at the new home that was just automatically created for you by you, chasing down a couple of jerks. These horses are right to fear me. Many horses have died because of my ineptitude.
You, mister!
Good morning, sir.
Well, that was a strangely violent greeting.
Look at you now. You got no quarrel with me.
Or just forceful.
See you soon.
Guys just kind of hanging around with a bunch of blades, man. I don't know what that's about. I really don't know. I kind of know, like, a little bit about the very end of the epilogue, but the details between now and, like, the last mission or so, I don't know. So, like, guy hanging around, I don't know if that's a coincidence or if that's, like, the next mission, he's going to try to kill the ranch lead. I don't know.
Milton, get over here.
Oh, that's right, we're Milton.
Mr. Geddes, this is the new ranch hand I told you about.
Well, I heard you had some trouble with your welcome, but you kept your nerve and protected my property.
No, it was nothing,
That's
sir.
the main thing, right?
I'm David Geddes. Pleased to meet you.
John, Jim, Milton.
Jim Milton.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir. You and Mr. Dickens.
Well, you work hard. You be honest. You'll get your keep. I promise.
John
you
Jim.
Boy has a family.
that. Oh, lucky man.
He's
You
really
better work
angry about
extra
that.
hard. Good day,
Howdy, sir.
gentlemen.
Sir?
You hear that, John Jim? Extra hard. Hey, get over here. Mr. Dickens?
This is Abraham
Find
Abe.
old Jim Milton here something to do. Make sure he works extra hard. Sure, Mr.
What is this
Dickens.
guy's problem? Jeez. It's Micah's brother. We just don't know it yet.
Come on this way. I was on my chores anyhow.
Come on and take a free ride.
Is that your family getting in the wagon up there?
I hate families.
I believe it is. Mind if we go welcome
That doesn't sound like working extra hard to me.
Hey, is it true what they said about you when you arrived?
That you're
That you
actually named
ran
John
off
and not
those
Jim,
hired
and
guns?
clearly you're hiding your true
Can we,
identity.
not discuss this in front of my wife?
She hates it when I run off hired
No,
guns.
Sure. Yeah, of course, mister.
Hey there,
I'm
mister.
a warrior.
Oh, yeah. I hear that.
Copy that. Good buddy. Oh, she's
Mrs. Milton.
kind of dressed up nice.
Jim Milton, how fine you seem. It's kind man just collected us. Thank you, sir.
I think we can be okay here.
She cleans up all right.
It's ranching work. This place is kinda...
It's fine. But I hear you began your career in ranching by throwing your weight around. Real wise, Jim.
What was I supposed to do? The place was getting robbed.
So you show everyone who's boss? Real fine.
I didn't have much of a choice. I gotta go. Jack, when you're done in here, come on out and lend a hand.
And read some books about Arthur. Not that Arthur. You told her, you bastard. I told you not to.
I was going to milk the cows.
Come on.
Oh, that's going to be a fun minigame.
Are gonna milk the cows?
Sure. Why not?
I love udders.
I thought you was,
An enforcer.
A new one at that.
Double A. Arn Anderson.
when you got here, them hired guns?
They didn't have guns.
I was just getting my wagon back. That's all. Weren't nothing.
Oh, it weren't nothing. It was about time someone stood up to them fellers.
They're gonna kill you now, though. You know that, right?
Where are you from, anyway, partner?
You know, up north.
Straw
Been in these
Roadsbury.
places before, but
Oh, it's changed. The rich fellas are coming in and buying everything, the ranches. But
Is that a cow? It has
it
horns.
ain't as wild as it once were, at least.
there is that.
Say, if it ain't too personal a question, are you a gunslinger?
Can I
mister?
talk to you about your prostate, mister?
Good Lord, no. Nothing like that.
I mean, John was, but Jim's not.
Just a ranch hand then.
Just a ranch
There is
hand.
no John now, only Jim.
Failed at a bunch of things, like most men.
Pleasing my wife, for example.
I feel a whole heap better having a ranch hand like you around. That is for sure.
Let's see how you feel once you see me work.
I can work an udder like nobody's business, or
Hey,
udders.
here's the cows.
There really is going to be a milking minigame where I have to like press R2 and L2 alternate in a specific
we
rhythm.
used to have a bunch of women here did most of the milking. Most of them drifted off.
Okay.
You fine with milking?
You know, I ain't really done much of it. Could never really get the hang of it.
You serious, mister?
Sure.
You volunteered to do it?
Jim Milton.
Hey, just sit down, I'll show you how. Approach
It's not
her
rocket
calm now.
science exactly.
She don't take too kindly to surprises.
Gotta buy her dinner first. Yep, it really is. There is a milking minigame, guys. It's
Almost got a pail full.
easy as pulling on 2 triggers. Oh, that's really throwing me off. I didn't do the right udder that last time. I started with the left and ended on the left. It's really throwing me off. I'm a little bit obsessive compulsive about that kind of thing, to be honest with you.
Hey, Pa, is that your boy?
Sure. Abe Lancelot.
Well, hey, Lancelot.
Hi, my name's Abe Lancelot, I guess.
We're gonna make a dairy maid of your pa.
See, I'm going to start at the right this time.
I never thought I'd see the day.
When he became a dairymaid,
We all gotta earn our keep.
you're going to be producing chocolate milk later, son.
That's enough, Jim. Come on. How about you and the boy help me clean out the stables?
What do I look like, Hercules?
Sure.
It's a literary reference for you, sort of, kind of. Is that literature? Mythology is literature, right? I guess. Hey there, mister.
How old you now, Lancelot?
12, sir.
Ain't that grand?
Are you a secret
Such a
chimp?
fine name.
I like it. I got imaginative parents, sir.
I can tell.
It's going to be real sad when they die when I'm young.
Work, but it's got to be done. Mr. Dickens said,
I know what he said. We'll do it. Won't we, boy?
We'll do it. We're even going to impress that one guy who really, really hates that I have a family for some reason. I was about to go with, like, is he, like, jealous because he can't find a wife of his own? Or is he... There's this weird subset of the gay community that just hates breeders because they're... Whatever, I don't know. But he didn't seem like that. I'm obsessed with the fact this guy's so angry. You know, the other things, I just got done watching... going off on a tangent here. Hey, Didn't I tell you I've been having a rough time and I'm into escapist mode? So you'll deal with my tangent and you'll like it. Well, maybe you won't. But no, I watched like that montage of Mystery Science Theater clips from like right at the end of the series on Sci-Fi Channel, where I guess the crew put together. If you've never seen it, and you're a Mystery Science Theater fan, it's a lot of fun. You can look it up. It's like MST3K Diablo rough cut montage, I think is the search term you're going to want to use. But the crew put together clips from almost all Sci-Fi Era episodes. A couple of old Comedy Central ones snuck in, and even a Joel episode snuck in. But it was for Bill Corbett and Mike Nelson and Kevin Murphy. It was amusement. And one of the clips, they didn't know they were going to get shown this montage of clips of great lines from the movie. Not great Mystery Science Theater clips, but great lines spoken of dialogue in the movies themselves. And there's this whole scene, and otherwise kind of forget. It's not a Mystery Science Theater I go back and watch a lot, but there was one called The Brute Man, which was a black and white movie about like this deformed guy who is angry at the world and he sort of becomes a serial killer. And it's not a great film, I suppose, but because they do this kind of Frankenstein thing where it's like you're sympathetic towards him because his strange appearance makes it difficult for him to relate with regular people and find his place in the social order. But it's not cool that he deals with his anger by killing people, I suppose. But there's a scene in that where it's just this oldie-timey grocery store, and an old man owns it, and he has hired some, young guy in his early 20s or late teens. He's probably supposed to be in his late teens and is played by an actor in their 20s, which is how they used to do it back then. Way long tangent here, I apologize. But the shop owner just berates just hates this kid for no real reason. Like the kid's like, hey, have you been reading about the creeper? And the shopkeeper is like, creeper, you need to get to work. It's just like this bizarrely. It's a short little scene. We don't know a lot about either character, but the guy who owns the store just hates the guy that he's hired to run his shop, and that's like the feeling I'm getting from this guy. Like he's the one who ultimately spoke to the head of the ranch and got us the job, but we helped him and got that cart back, and he's the one eyewitness to our heroics, but he hates that we have a family. 1/1,000,000th of one scintilla of the hatred he has for you having a family is more than you can imagine.
Okay. Well, you get them stalls cleaned out, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, Jack, let's just try and take some pride in this work, hard as it may be.
You mean the work's hard, or it's hard for you to take pride in something other than killing, Pa? Well, where's the fucking pitchfork? I expect it to be marked on my map. I don't feel like I have to find the pitchfork myself. Okay, it is marked on my map. I'm just an idiot. And I'm not allowed to run in here because that would be... I don't know. I'm not allowed to run. Is that all? Can't run.
Boy, bring that wheelbarrow over here and keep it close to me.
Yes, sir.
So press square when you're a manure scoop.
Coming.
Actually, I'm going to ram it right into you, Paul. Well, wait, what button did they say? I thought they said it was a square button. Apparently not. Or I'm not close. Okay, I'm not close enough. I should have known that it would tell me exactly what to do. But we still could kill him.
Nothing.
Oh, it splashes. Look out.
It splashes and you're going to learn to like it.
Think your mother's hiding somewhere? Laughing at us?
Well, I'm sure that she's going to be doing some fun farm work. Like I said, I just need to escape from life for a while and play a video game about shoveling shit. Oh, now it's a shoveling shit montage.
This is a dog's work.
Dogs are great at shoveling shit, aren't they? Well, I mean, they're good at creating it. Gotta return the
Even your
pitchfork
mother
to the
would say we're
pitchfork
almost done
station.
here. You finish things up, I'll go check on her.
By finish things up, I mean eat the poop. You eat poop? No. JJ had funny commentary about eating poop. That's right, I bring a certain wit and sophistication to the world of Let's Play. Honey, we scooped a bunch of poop, and I didn't kill nobody. Well, scooping up half a dozen piles of poop seems like the full day in the life of a ranch hand
Hey,
who's working extra hard.
Where's Jack?
shoveling shit in pursuit of the better life you want?
Oh, geez, that's a
Same
great
as I've
attitude to
been.
take.
Won't do him no harm.
I know.
I just wanted to come and be hostile
Guess
at
maybe
you.
we can last here. Survive.
I'd like to think that John Marston's working on that beard in honor of Arthur, and that because of what Arthur did for him and his family, he intends to eventually fully become a Wookiee.
Do a little better than survive for once. I'm tired of fleeing, John. So, well, you know.
You know, Arthur didn't go back to the caves for that money. Maybe we could still do that. Oh, you gave him the key. Why'd you do that?
Two.
Aw, there's more tenderness than you really ever see between them in the first game. That's not true. There's a little moments here and there, but now it's time to shovel chicken shit. I'll spend about 5 minutes doing it, and that'll
Put some
consist of
coffee
my
on.
entire day at the ranch. Well, I sure like swiping at her butt. Is this what it's like to work on a ranch? You get up when you feel like it and do whatever work you feel like doing for the ranch boss that day. I did not fill the bucket within 10 seconds. I didn't. Yeah, no, I completely fucking terrible job at that mission, man. And yet, I'm not going to replay. Of all the missions to decide to replay, that ain't the one. There's a huge David Geddes mission. You may need to speak with me. There's some work to be done around the ranch with Mr. Dickens. So Mr. Dickens is the guy who hates us. Let's go talk to him first. We can do these in either order, obviously. I feel like it's likely the main ranch boss mission is going to progress the plot more than Tom Dickens. But
All right.
I don't want to be above our station.
Just thinking. Maybe our problems aren't all that bad, huh?
Go shovel
Love to
some
hear that.
shit.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Try to keep warm. Okay, so I do have an honor meter now. And I did not inherit Arthur's honor. I think honor might affect shop price. Like, I don't know what honor actually does. Well, I do know what honor does. Honor. Okay, let me take a break to explain this. So honor affects the ending you get, and if you would like, I hereby grant you permission, because you needed it, obviously, to go view some of the other endings. So there's really two things that determine exactly how Arthur's story ends, and there's not a whole lot difference. There's no secret way that Arthur gets cured of his tuberculosis and gets to live past the end of the main story. That's not a thing. You have that decision point where you're like, help John Marston escape or go back to Beaver Hollow and try to get the money. So that splits off and forms two endings, and then the actual like cinematics of Arthur's death varies depending on whether you had high honor or low honor. So like we had our fight with Micah, and Dutch looking on, and I believe if we had really low honor, rather than us crawling and looking at the sunset, and as we died, I believe Micah would have actually shot us in the back and killed us if we had low honor. And you can go look them up yourself on the YouTube, because I don't think, as much as I enjoyed this game, I'm not replaying through this entire game to see the other endings. But or I guess I could load a save state. I mean, I could show it off, but I probably am not going to bother. You can, if you go get the money, you have some slightly different dialogue, but you still, and it makes more sense. If you go back for the money, you get jumped by Micah, and you fight Micah. And again, high honor, Dutch shows up, and Dutch kind of leaves, and Micah leaves too, because it seems like you've ruined it now, and Dutch finally realizes that Micah's not on his side. Too late to help Arthur, but at least it's Dutch is going to break off. So it's kind of this similar ending, except that it's a fight you're having at your old camp, and if you lose, or if you have low honor, rather, same thing, except that Micah stabs you, and if you have high honor, I never actually saw the high honor version, but I think if you go back to the camp to try to get the money, and you still give John Marston your hat, you just do it as you split up, and when you go to the camp to get the money, and you fight Micah, I would imagine you end up looking at a sunset or something similar. If you have high honor, and if you have low honor, Micah just stabs you to death. Because the camp fight is actually a knife fight. But it's basically the same ending. So you can go check it out. If you do go check it out, be wary. Any of these, all endings, including secret ending. Secret ending's bullshit. Secret ending is part of the epilogue, which, unlike Red Dead Redemption 1, which made it, at least for me, pretty easy to not know there was epilogue missions. This game, you know there's fucking other missions to be doing. It's like... So they show you, like, the ending that's part of the ending of these epilogue chapters with John Marston, and some of these YouTubers are claiming that they're showing you the secret hidden ending because they're clickbaiting dumbasses. But be careful if you're watching those that you don't... If you're watching a video like that because you're curious about dialogue differences, since I don't intend to go back and show them, and maybe this is your only exposure you're going to get to RDR2, just be careful you don't accidentally spoil the ending of the epilogue to yourself, because I'll be getting to that, and there's only one, and we'll be seeing it. It sure is nice not to have tuberculosis. Makes it a lot... We're going to get a lot more out of our food and beverages.
Milton, can you give me a hand with this fence?
I'd rather shovel
Sure.
shit, sir.
Know much about fence building?
Not really.
Can't build a fence, can't milk a cow.
I'll milk the cow.
Used to shoveling shits, but took on a gang of robbers single-handed.
Guess we all got our peculiarities, Mr. Dickens.
What was you doing before you came here?
Shoveling shit poorly.
Wife got cheated out of inheritance. We was in a legal dispute. It was a bad time.
That sounds awful, but I guess I don't believe a word of it.
Well, shucks.
I was raised to take a man at his word, and also to believe this is a free country. So free that I can't tell you what to think. So I guess it don't much matter what you believe.
Because you're not in charge, asshole.
But I will work hard, and I learn fast.
Okay.
Look at how well I did the shit shoveling
with this
minigame.
fence. Yep. There's plenty more to do.
I don't know why they would
Pound it
assume...
in there. We don't want it coming down. Okay. Again.
Why would he assume that he's some kind of outlaw? I mean, this game's set after the Civil War, right? So why doesn't his cover story... If he needs a cover story, why in his cover story he could say that he used to serve and he got to be real tough and rough and tough in the army, although I suppose that gets real... And I'm not getting into like a false valor thing here, but it would get real tricky because you're lying about being in the army, you run into somebody who was in the army, they're going to catch you out fast.
Line it up with a notch and place it in.
I'm going to lean here and do nothing.
Jesus.
What?
Now, lift up the other side. They gotta line up, see? Now the next rail.
Whatever, this is so
Okay.
fucking boring.
doing all right.
I would think cutting these pieces would probably involve
Good.
some skill and care.
That looks okay. Go to the next post and pound that in.
We'll have you do a very small amount of this before we declare it's too fucking boring.
Got other matters to attend to, but there's more than a day's work here for you.
All right. So long.
You want to?
Counting sections when you're done.
You want me to actually? You want to show me the actual line that you want the fence to take, or do you just want me to continue to build a fence infinitely in this direction? So this is the Arthur training montage. So we should be playing Eye of the Tiger right now. Arthur. John Marston. Dang, I've been playing as Arthur for a long time. Why? No, you're...
Over here.
Hold on. Let me finish my fence first.
Put that fence down and get over here, boy.
Well, where are you? Oh, there's trouble at the corral.
Come on, son. Hurry. Hurry. Milton, get over here.
Coming.
Come on, give us a hand. Know much about bulls, Milton?
I hear they impregnate
Just the
cows.
basics. Don't make them mad.
Angus Geddes, this is Jim Milton.
Mr. Milton,
Angus is your boss's son.
nice to meet you.
He's Angus
Let's try
slash
and move
Abe
this
slash
great
Achilles.
Come on, move!
That seems like it was a bad idea.
Shit!
I'll get him.
Just keep on him, Milton, and try and calm him down.
I gotta build that. No, you don't.
It seems like I should have counterpunched him to get an automatic knockdown off the bull charge. I assume I gotta wait for him to charge me and then avoid.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Oh, stop. Christ. Come on.
Okay, that did nothing. See if I can stop him before he kills Abigail or something.
Bad ball.
Bald bull.
Now, where are you going? Ease up. How am I gonna calm this thing down? You don't
Probably
look
with
like
the
you're
action
gonna
button.
lie down. But I'll try. It ain't so bad. Nice and easy now, boy. Easy. There. Whoa there. Whoa there. Easy.
Well, I figured it would be a matter of pressing a specific
better?
button.
Okay. Now come on, you hunk of chuck. Don't. Come on.
Don't come on. I mean, come on.
Got him, Mr. Dickens.
Oh, good.
Well, you guys are sitting there doing nothing?
How you doing, son?
A bit sore, but I'll be okay.
I took a
Thank you,
hit
Mr.
too.
Milton.
My pleasure. And you, mister?
Fine.
Hi there, mister.
You just got my head.
Nothing in there that
There
could
he
be
is.
damaged.
See you later, Jim Milton. We'll make a rancher of you yet.
$5 plus honor points. I guess we don't get any money for that. It's the you work on a farm now montage.
Hey,
Hey there, mister. And she gets an
I'll
honor
get the
point.
coffee on.
Thank you.
God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I'm headed to work today myself, Jack.
Huh?
So you stay out of trouble.
Where are you working?
I told you. Cleaning at the doctor's office.
Besides, my name's Abraham now.
Bye.
Bye.
Get the place tidy.
Okay, Pa.
I'll see you later.
Oh, I didn't notice what he was reading, but it's probably thematically significant. Oh, we did get $3. And I didn't fix the first avoid being hit by the bull. Yeah, so I sucked at that too. Whatever. It's all good, folks. So these missions are similar to the ones from Red Dead Redemption 1. We have a couple of missions. Like, I always kind of enjoyed this part of the game, as silly as it seems. Just doing some everyday life stuff as John Marston, building up a sense of what his life is when he's not out there doing violent shit. So, like, I kind of enjoyed the few missions on McFarland Ranch, because I really, just that whole stretch of game, finding himself a place and befriending Bonnie, I enjoyed. And then I really enjoyed the post-Dutch missions of RDR 1, where, because I was just kind of dumb and not really thinking, I was lulled into this sense that, oh, maybe the game is giving you just a little epilogue of happy family life just to show you the happiness that John Marston's earned. Most games would have just ended. Obviously, we know how Red Dead Redemption 1 comes out. But yeah, I always kind of enjoyed those missions. They're kind of low pressure, low intensity. The whole, like, I know that it's probably a good thing overall. I hate that they added this, like, gold, silver, bronze, where you just do the mission and you feel like a putz because you didn't milk the cow fast enough or whatever. But, you know, I'm enjoying this stretch of the game, and I hope you are too. Anyway, guys, when we come back next time, I don't know, we haven't fed chickens. Maybe we'll get to do that. See you next time.